Hey guys, I am Patience Talley. I am the off-campus Rotaract advisor for the University of Louisiana Monroe. I have been an advisor for them for about 3 years. I think this year may be going on year four for me, and I have loved every moment of it. It has been so much fun getting to watch all of our Rotaract members develop in professionals, into community leader, into volunteers within our community from all over Louisiana and out of state. I was so fortunate to be a part of that group that just expanded. I mean, when I started with Rotaract at ULM, we had about 12 members, and right before COVID, we were looking at about 70 members for Rotaract at ULM, and I mean, that blew my mind. The people that were a part of Rotaract, the students that were a part of Rotaract at ULM truly just went out of the box and completely transformed Rotaract at ULM. And I was just so proud to be amongst that crew, because it wasn't me at all. I was there just to facilitate, and they made that Rotaract Club at ULM so amazing. So I'm the co-advisor with Lamont Wyndham, who works at ULM, and so they are required to have an on-campus advisor. I was a recent worker at ULM. I worked in the student life and leadership, which was a really good advantage for Rotaract, because I knew all the ins and outs of what it looked like to be a member of a recognized student organization. But I mean, it was just so much fun. I mean, the Rotaract students are so amazing. They bring so much life to the campus through professional development, through their community service, through just bringing the campus together. And something great about Rotaract is there that pipeline to Rotary, and I am a Rotarian at heart. Service above self is something that I truly believe in. I am affiliated with the Twin Cities Rotary, which is a club here in Ouachita Parish, and I just love the idea of having that feeder program, and Rotaract is that feeder program. So I'm here to talk with you guys a little bit about being a Rotaract advisor. And some of the tips that I just want to share is you help to facilitate the program. You do not lead, you do not take over anything. It is truly in the control of the students. The students know what they want, they know what they like, and so you're just there to make sure that they're connecting all the dots and just providing resources to those Rotaract students as far as where they should meet, what time they should meet, and just trying to just help them to navigate how they can make their dream come to reality. And so let them lead the meetings, let them lead their programs or their community service, where they're going to volunteer, how they're going to volunteer, especially when it comes to meetings or community service projects, or just the engagement aspect of Rotaract at whatever university or whatever community that you are involved in. But you want to be that resource for things such as exposing them to international Rotaract meetings, or helping them to fundraise for things. You want to be that resource and guiding them in the right direction so that they can be successful. But when it comes to them actually having their programs or their volunteering or meetings, let them lead, let them be in control, even when it comes to speakers, but when it comes to our Rotaract meetings. And you want to meet bi-weekly. Meetings are very important in making sure that communication is there, and that all of the Rotaractors know when they're going to have volunteer events. They know what their hours are looking like. They're up to date on everything that they need to have within that Rotaract club. But with those meetings, you want to make them fun. You want them to have engaging meetings and fun meetings. And ways you can do that is through speakers, of course. Speakers that really zone into our mission, which is professional development, or nonprofits coming in to talk with them, or interview skills, or just a variety of people to come and talk with them about whatever they want to talk about. I know when we first started our Rotaract Club at ULM, we were bringing in speakers, but they were older speakers that talked really slow and kind of put our Rotaract members to sleep. And so we said, you know what, let's change this up a bit. And I actually got my husband to come in. He's a marketing director. Got my husband to come in and talk about social media and how to gain a following through your social media. And that was exciting to them, because what do our young generation love? They love social media. They love to get likes, and they love to increase their following. But it wasn't just about that. It was also creating that professional brand, and the importance the importance of making sure what you put on your social media really defines who you are. And so he coined his topic, be who you post to be. Be who you're posting, because when you go for job interviews or when you go to join this nonprofit board, they're gonna look at your social media, and if you're showing that you like to volunteer but you actually don't like to volunteer, that's gonna reflect the decision that's made when you go into that interview or when you go to apply to be a part of the board, a board of some sort. And then something that I thought was just something that I love and no one else would love was food. See if you can provide food at these meetings, whether they come in the form of pizza, chips, soda, or water. Just something that when they come from their busy day, their busy schedule throughout going to school, they can actually come school or within the community, they can come and enjoy some snacks, some candy, something that they can kind of nibble on, especially if you have an evening meetings. Our meetings were at 5:30, and so the students would literally leave class and come to meeting. Pizza or chips or some type of snack was always so good to simply encourage them to attend the meeting. And so that's something that I found that was really, really engaging, and just allowing that social aspect, allowing them to even 15 minutes before a meeting to talk and just talk about their day or talk about things that they want to see within their Rotaract club. It's also that social time, making sure you leave some time for them to socialize and get to know all of their Rotaract partners. And something that we kind of incorporated within our Rotaract club also was a social meeting where they actually would meet at Chili's or they would meet at Applebee's to socialize and talk about things outside of just Rotaract, but truly get to know each other. So that counts as a meeting as well. And so meetings are so important. Again, COVID has brought that divide between being able to really interact with people, but just being able to just meet face to face and things like that. And something that we do in Rotary is we do like happy dollars. And so giving students an opportunity to share something good that has happened in their life. That positive conversation is also something that really makes you excited. Like if I received an A on my exam, I'm going to be excited to go to Rotary to tell my Rotaract friends that I received an A on an exam. And so things like that make the meetings fun and make the meetings interactive. Posting pictures of your meetings of all the people that attended a meeting, that's awesome as well. And you don't want to forget about club business. Club business is so important because that's what keeps the meetings going, and the Rotaract Club itself going is making sure, hey, we have to meet these requirements to maintain our status as a recognized organization on campus, or hey, we have to have this many hours, or we have to make sure we attend our prep service. Our prep is our incoming freshman orientation, and our Rotaract members have to come to that prep service to put up their board and share about the resources through Rotaract. So we just want to make sure that we're also handling the business as far as what Rotaract requires globally, but also what Rotaract is going to require at your university or within your community. And number one, keep these meetings fun. And so you want that business you want that meeting business to go forth, but you also want to keep them fun. And so you don't want the entire meeting to be about business. And if it is, give everyone an update like, hey, this is a really important meeting that we really need you guys to be at, or tell them like, hey, we're going to go over some business, but after that, we're going to have some fun and engaging things also. Something else I really wanted to talk about is the service projects. And so service projects is when our Rotaract members get out into the community. And of course, that's one of our main goals within Rotaract and Rotary as well. And you want organic projects. You want to give them a life-changing experience, like working with the homeless or going to read to toddlers. And you want to delegate responsibility because you don't want the president only to come up with all of the projects and have to be the lead on all the projects. You want to say, hey, who's passionate about volunteering? And you're going to get that handful, if not everybody, that's passionate about volunteering. Well, let's start delegating. Let's make sure that if Sammy wants to lead the reading project, that you know what, you reach out to people to make sure we have each shift covered, and then you give us a report, send us pictures after, so that we can make sure that that project goes forth and it's not just the responsibility of one person. Valentine cards for our seniors or our veterans, things like that. Someone's going to be really passionate about that. Let's delegate that to different members of the group so that they all feel a part of Rotaract and they all feel like they can really make a difference and add that to their resume, that I was able to coordinate or coordinate a volunteer opportunity for Rotaract. And then of course fundraising. So one thing that we were wanting to fundraise for was to have a end of the year banquet or an end of the year party. And so that as an advisor, you really want to help give them resources as far as fundraising, whether it's raffle tickets or cookie sales, bake sales, or something of that nature, really guiding them on how you can help them to make that happen, because fundraising isn't something that everybody is used to or everybody is skilled at. And so as that Rotaract advisor, you're able to give them resources and give them knowledge on, hey, this is something I've done in the past and it works, or this is something my children have done and this works. Just being that advisor, just giving them advice on what they should do. And as Rotaract advisors, that's what we are here for, to just simply give them advice, not to completely take over their Rotaract club, but to give them advice to say, hey, this may be a good thing to do, but I want it to be y'all's idea. I want it to be something that you guys, really feel passionate about and really feel drawn towards, because if you push them in a direction that isn't really a defining factor of their club, or isn't really who they want to be as a club, then it'll start to kind of pull them away and say, you know what, maybe I should join a different club. And we don't want that. We know that there's so many clubs out there that these students can be a part of, but they're choosing Rotaract. And so we want to keep them, and we want them to be engaged, and we want them to feel empowered through their Rotaract club, no matter where they are. We also want to make sure that they're not only engaging with their university, but they're also engaging with their community. There's so many ways that they can engage on their university's campus. They can partner with Greek Life. They can partner with other recognized student organizations. But in the community, they really have to reach outside of that comfort zone to reach the community. And somewhere you can always go and find, of course, your Rotary Club there in the community, but also if you have a mayor, go reach out to the mayor of the town and say, hey, we want to make sure that we're resourceful for the community. We want to make sure that we're touching into the community. And that's a cool resource that I have working for the city of Monroe and Parks and Recs, is that I can connect our Rotaract members with what's going on in the community. So reach out to the mayors, reach out to other organizations within the school systems, at the K through 12 level. I mean, people are always looking for volunteers, and Rotaract is like a pool of volunteers, because that's something that we love to do. We love to volunteer. We love to get out in the community. And then that Rotary engagement, making sure that you really reach out to that partner, that Rotary club that you decide to partner with. That's so important, because they have tons of resources. Just reach out to that Rotary club, because they're the foundation. They know, they have resources, they have ideas, they have events, they have volunteer opportunities. So reach out to your Rotary club. And if you need fundraising, go talk to the Rotary club and say, hey, this is something that we want to do. This is what it's going to cost us, and help us to get there. And as Rotaract advisors, that's our job, to try and connect the two, to connect Rotary with our Rotaractors and bring them together. And so it has been an honor to be a Rotaract advisor. The students within the club are so passionate about Rotaract. They're so passionate about everything that it represents and all of the opportunities that they get through being a part of Rotaract. And like I said, my biggest advice to you guys are to let them lead. You be there as a resource. You be there as an advisor for those Rotaract members and help to bridge that gap between Rotaract and Rotary so that we can create so many Rotarians out there, and we can all have that heart of service above self. I thank you guys for listening to this. Again, I'm Patience Talley. I actually work for the city of Monroe in Monroe, Louisiana. I'm the director over community centers and programs, and I am the off-campus advisor for Rotaract on the University of Louisiana Monroe campus. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I will share my contact with Brooke Little, who can get it to all of you guys. And yeah, I can't wait for another year. It's summer right now, and so school's kind of out, but we'll start recruiting more Rotaract members in the fall. And so we're just excited. We're excited that COVID is kind of easing up on us, and we can get back out in the community, and we can get back into reading to children, and we can get back into just servicing our community and our university. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know, and I would love to chat with you guys.